Hi, everyone. So I was presented. My name is João Pantaleão, but this is my presentation. Phish me if you can. I used to start, I started here at Mindera as a front-end developer, but more recently I transited into an information security role, and I'm actually, at the moment, information security specialist. I really like social engineering and phishing, and that's why we're here today. I just decided, okay, one day I'm going to have fun. My colleagues challenged me to build a presentation, and I decided to do one about phishing. So what is social engineering? Just a small introduction. Everyone that knows about this considers it the art of manipulating people in order to get something in exchange. And this works like we as humans have cognitive biases. They're also called heuristics, which is basically our laziness also permits us to take mental shortcuts that sometimes will not assist us and will make us commit errors. Frank Abagnale, the guy that was on the movie Catch Me If You Can. That's why I chose the name of this presentation as Phish Me If You Can. Was a person that tricked people into thinking it was a lot of stuff: an airline pilot, a doctor, a lawyer, etc., and much more. He ended up getting caught and working for the FBI, but it was just one of the lucky ones. Most of them just get caught in the case you're being malicious to other people. Myself, I tricked my company into letting me do this presentation. Okay, so what is phishing? Phishing is just one type of social engineering, and it can be done in a number of different ways. Today, I'll be presenting just a couple. Consider this since it's my presentation, this will also be the introductory presentation for phishing, and it is very effective in situations where the human is not aware. Just think of mental shortcuts, heuristics, making poor decisions. Okay, so types of phishing. I'll be covering these top four, but there's much more. I'll be covering, giving out some email phishing examples, some smishing, which is SMS phishing, some vishing, which is voice phishing, and some punicode attacks. There's much more. I intend, and I really mean it, I intend to cover these in the future because I found these fascinating. But some of my favorites, oh, I forgot. Wait, give me a sec. I'm not going to show my tattoos. Wait. Maybe there'll be an accident, and I'll definitely show them. But yeah, I wrote my T-shirt for this presentation. Okay, so there's spear phishing. Okay. From the spearfishing social club. There's whaling, which okay. So spearfishing is just when you target someone. I want to act that guy. I'll do everything I have to do to get that guy. Whaling, which is I'm gonna get okay. That's the most important person in the room. I'm gonna target that guy. And there's also search engine phishing, which is like making sure you appear on the top of a search engine and make people click it and then do whatever fraudulent stuff you want to do. Okay, we'll start with the examples. This is just this is a funny picture that I found out while I was doing this presentation. This is the Price is Right. Okay, you know it happens all over the world, and in Portugal it's called o preço certo. And on this episode, I found it really curious that they invited this person onto the stage, and he admitted he was a wallet burglar. I don't think that happens that much nowadays, but I found it funny and appropriate for this presentation. Okay, so the email is right. I'm going to prepare you guys just really quickly on how to spot something or at least be suspicious of any wrongdoing. Okay, let's start with like recent panorama, like 2020. We had the pandemic. And we went all home. And it was a great time to attack people because people were on edge. Everybody was worried. No one was used to work from home, but everybody had to work from home. And not everybody was ready for this or could adapt easily for this. everybody suddenly just started ordered every single thing from the internet, either from Amazon, from supermarket, anything, and no one expects to be attacked by a simple email, text link, something that you get on the email. That's a bit weird, right? Everything that's written on the internet is true, and no one no one does any harm on the internet. But the reality is, whenever you realize, it's already too late. Okay, so here's the first example. Thanks to my colleague Anna for providing this example. Okay, so looking at this, and I'm sorry if it's a bit small, but if you prefer, just come closer. I'll just try to guide you through what's happening here. So we got an email. This is like a bit of the email, and then we got this this data, which has the sender, the date, the subject, and who was getting this email. Okay, so first thing we see here. Does anybody have any idea what could be off here on the email? No. No, you could. You actually could. Where would you start, Anna? Oh no. Okay, so let's start. Let's start by looking at the email. Okay, the email says no reply at amazoncloud.co. Okay, it's from Amazon, right? We got the image here that says your Amazon package will be delivered today. If you want us to leave the package unattended, etc., track your package. There's even the image. Oh, it's so beautiful. So many things you could click on this email. This is amazing. But Amazon Cloud. Why is Amazon Cloud sending me a package? This is a bit off. Okay. And then the other thing we could do is just take a look at the various links that are presented on the email. We have one here to track the page. We have another here to track your package, and another here to check out the printer that we just got. But did anybody ask? Did I really order a printer recently? I don't remember buying a printer. Whenever I'm drunk, I usually buy books and CDs and stuff like that. But a printer, I don't even need a printer. I have a printer on Mindera's office in Porto. I don't need a printer. But yeah, you could take a look at these links, just not by opening. You could maybe open them. It wouldn't be harmful. But if you over it should show some link down here, and you could take a look at it and see if there's something off-putting. Okay. I'll cover this bit of the links afterwards, but let's continue. As a bonus, it was delivered at 9:46. 9:46 is a time, and I've talked about this with you. 9:46 is a time where usually, at least I am, still reading some emails, catching up on Slack, seeing whatever I have to do today, or on the day that I'll be receiving this email, and it's easy to be caught off guard whenever you're doing other important stuff, and suddenly we get a warning that my package has just been delivered and I have to track it, and otherwise it can be stolen on the front door, or I'll even lose it and have to go to the CTT Correios to pick it up. No one likes that. Okay, so second email example. This is a smaller image. It's harder to read, but it's from NHS, the National Health Services. And let me just grab a bit more water. Okay, so this is from the NHS. And okay, let's do the same reasoning here. We start by looking at the from field here. It says NHS notifications, but the email is clairemmcd84@hotmail.co.uk. That doesn't seem like an email from someone from NHS, right? Yeah, I would be suspicious of that. I would just open the drop down on the right side, show the original, and take a look at least at the reply to, which is like from a mail from Heather, and I'll be sure that if I get this message from NHS, there will be something from NHS here. There's also two other things that you could look at, like the SPF and DKIM and DMARC. But these, most of the times, you'll be able to find out that it's not really that legitimate on the previous steps. Just want to make you know that there's a couple of steps that you could go through and understand if it's legitimate or not. Another thing that you could look at on this email would be the accept invitation or decline invitation links. So you've been selected to get your coronavirus vaccines. We should be worried. We should get our vaccines, and we should accept it right away or decline it. At least let them know that we can't attend it, etc. But since we looked at the previous clues and found out that this might not be legitimate, we should look at the links here and do the same thing that I've warned you before. If okay, this is a different email. Hey friend, here's the pictures from our wild summer vacay. And there's a link from picturecloud.com/download/summer.zip. Okay, so it's a zip file with all the pictures that we took on our summer vacation. But if we over this link, it's actually a malicious link with malware.com/malware.executable. I don't think we should be downloading this. So in any case, even if you trust a little bit the thing that shows up here, make sure that this one corresponds to what you're being invited to click. Okay, phishing email. Do we have any recruiters here in this room? Hello. Okay. Okay. So this one was sent. This is terribly simple, but this one was sent to recruiters, or at least it's an example directed to recruiters. It's about someone sending what's her name? Shona Dick. So weird names. Sending some resume over email with a password for the document, right? There's the documents and there's a password. But why is there a password for a document? It's just a resume. Why would you need to open a document simple like this with the password? I don't know. I don't understand. That's simple because at least I'm not sure at the moment how it's working like. But I'm pretty sure nowadays that the containment of infected files it's much more advanced than whenever this attack was done in the past. So what happened was like you would get this file and you would open it with the password that you were provided. You wouldn't see anything happening, but in the background, this file probably had some macros on itself. And once you added the password, you gave it permission to run on your machine, and you were being infected. And yeah, this is very, very simple. But yeah, there's ways to figure this out. One of the ways is like the email client or even the operating system. If you understand, okay, it's been removed. There's the password. It's really similar. But in the end, if you're presented with a file that requires a password and you're given a password, but you're still suspicious about this, just contact the person that sent you the email with the file and make sure that it's legitimate. Don't contact them via email. Obviously, their email might have been compromised. Just give him a call, send him a message, or a message via SMS or Slack, something that you use. Okay, so remember, be suspicious, always very suspicious of unexpected emails. Be suspicious of generosity, links, password-protected documents. Don't let the malicious actors win. Let's figure out their low-quality bait, okay? Okay, smishing, SMS phishing, and how to avoid it. Check for signs of fraudulence. Always be wary. Be very wary. Does the message seem sketchy? Is there a sense of urgency? Remember the 9 a.m. stuff, okay? Is the timing of the SMS inappropriate? Are there misspellings? Is the grammar even correct? Be suspicious of the links that you get on the SMS. Is it from a known domain? Does it seem cryptic to you? Are there random words that you don't even know what they mean? Or random letters, something? We'll get to the examples. Okay, so the smish is right. These are all messages that I've gotten in the past year. This is from Tap Portugal. Okay, we got the number, sender ID, I don't know. Okay, Tap Portugal, let's be suspicious of this. Okay, there's an icon to remove it. Okay. I can't call back this number. Okay, seems okay. And the other things that I would be wary of here, and since I've gotten this SMS, my logic was like, okay, I'm actually waiting for a flight. This is actually my flight number, so I guess I can trust. It makes sense to receive this message. I'm actually waiting to receive. I'm not waiting for this message, but it makes sense to receive this message. So I would trust this, and later I confirmed it was not a smish. Second message. Okay, so it's a Portuguese number. I can call it back. I can add it to contacts. I can block the number. And there's some weird things here. So I get a message. I get an SMS warning that I have a new voicemail. Okay. But why do I have to access this link in order to listen to my voicemail? Right? Okay. There's some cryptic things over here. And okay, voicemail. Yeah. Sorry for the order. Why am I being invited to access a Russian link to listen to my voicemail? Okay, this is a smish. I'm not going to fall for this. Okay, some other simple examples. Same old story. Got the number, can call it back, can add it to contact. But let's take a look. João, confirm your delivery. But the delivery, there's a typo. Instead of entrega, there's entraga. Okay, bit lazy, but... Delivery, yeah, delivery, thanks. Yes, thanks. Confirm your delivery. Yeah? Or we'll have to return it. No, there's some urgency here, right? Be careful. Okay, so after this, there's eBomig. I've never heard of this delivery service. And yeah, I'll be careful with this. It's a smish. Last one. Same thing, number, can call it, can add to contacts. We were notified to maintain your item in our distribution center. Resolve here. But if you take a closer look, it's not, or it doesn't sound like Portuguese from Portugal. It sounds like it was written in Portuguese from Brazil. So it's a bit weird since we're here in Portugal and we should be getting messages in Portuguese from Portugal. And yeah, I'd say this would be something that would be off-putting and would be wary about. The link is also a bit weird. Atibek, I have no idea what this is. And yeah, I'd be suspicious and later confirmed that it is a smish. We could also, instead of just using our common sense, we could also use tools. There's these tools that you could run your links through, and there's these tools that you could run your files through. This way, you could make sure that if it's known to be a phish or an infected file, a malicious file, you could be sure via these tools. Okay, so phishing. I have a video here, but I'm not going to play it. It's about 5 minutes long. But since this presentation will be available to all of you, I invite you all to watch it afterwards because it's really, really interesting. Her name is Rachel Toback, and she's one of the main social engineers in the world. And she's really good at what she does. And what she does is basically like this. The attacker collects open source information / intelligence on the target. Let's say I want to attack Sarah. And I just collect whatever she has open on the internet, just going through her Facebook posts, Mindera, see if I find her face, Instagram, all the things. I collect all the information that I can, and I found out that she has this number, this not social security number, the NIF, you know, how do you say NIF in English? Sorry? PAT? No? No? Okay. VAT is even, yeah. Okay, so it's the your tax identifier number, yeah. And via this information, I could contact some service. Think of something like a cell phone service provider that could be attacked. I don't know. And you attack it, and you call them and say, "Oh, my name is Sarah," because I'm using the voice morphing tool. my name is Sarah, and my number is blah, 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 blah. I just want to confirm that you guys have my correct address number, and that way you'd be able to get the address number or other information and use this information that you additionally gather from a legitimate service to do some other things. For example, a couple of weeks ago, someone got their house sold because their identity was stolen in the United Kingdom. Yeah, it's a bit dramatic, but it happens. Okay, so how do we prevent phishing? Like I warned you, always invest in mitigation. Don't expose or overexpose yourself in social media. Don't advertise where and when you go somewhere. Sorry. Don't disclose everything you do and who you do it with. Avoid giving your personal information to every single company. Just this way, you'll be making the life harder for the malicious people. And use, whenever you're registering somewhere and they ask you, okay, let's set up your security questions. What's your mother's maiden name? What football club do you support? Instead of giving out the real information, just use phrases or passphrases or complex passwords to reply this. Okay? Just make the attackers life difficult. Okay, so last examples, Punicode attacks. This. The first time I saw these ones, I was just dumbfounded. This looks like apple.com, but if you could look at here, it's not apple.com. So what's happening here? There are some characters, and I'm just thinking of Cyrillic, the Russian alphabet, that look like an A, but if you convert it, it looks like this. It's a much more larger string. And I have the only way to find this out if someone was actually mimicking the Apple website and wasn't showing this information was by going through the certificate and then looking onto the common name.
I think it depends on the browser because
I'm getting there. Sorry, I'm getting there.
My friend bought a domain that was composed of emojis, and you could insert the emojis, but
it gets there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just trying to give out some examples of stuff that happened. I don't know how often this still does happen. At least the cases, and I'm just going to go forward. This is when I tried it out. Just every single case that I tried didn't work out, but I'm pretty sure that there's lots of people with outdated browsers that will suffer this attack because they don't update. They don't do updates on their machines.
Will this work with invisible meta characters?
Sorry?
Invisible meta characters. For example, in the code, there's these characters that don't have a visual presentation. They only exist for joining characters. For example, let's say when you have an emoji for a person and you want to make it, let's say, a woman or have a beard or something, you can join two emojis together.
Okay. No, I didn't know about that.
Unicode is special characters.
Yeah.
They're invisible.
Yeah.
They only are there to say, okay, join this and represent.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. I've seen someone on Twitter with invisible names. Maybe they're using the same technique.
Yeah.
But I've never actually looked into them.
Apple.com, but there's an invisible character in the middle.
There's a
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we can discuss this afterwards. That would be cool.
I have a cool story about that.
Okay. So I did a small Punicode attack, which was like I went to Wikipedia, I grabbed the A from Cyrillic, and I created Mindera.com. And it should look like this, but it actually is like this. If you look into the common name, it should be this. But yeah, okay, remain calm. Nowadays, most browsers have options that deobfuscate these characters. And something like what we've seen before, apple.com, will be converted into this. However, if you still don't trust your browser, you can also, I've just put two extensions, one for Chrome and one for Mozilla Firefox, but you can also add extra layers for mitigation. And yeah, I guess this is it. We're just reaching the end. This is some introductory bibliography that I recommend. This was the book that got me into social engineering. And most recently, I got this one. I've heard of it before, but like I think in 2020, it was released, translated in Portuguese, and I just got it, and it's really fun books to read. Remember to protect yourself, because password complexity becomes useless in the event of getting phished, and your password will be discovered instantly. And remember that if it is too good to be true, it probably isn't. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming. If you have any questions, please shoot. Yes. Wait.
Okay. Not exactly a question, I just want to tell this story.
Yeah. Yes, please share with me. Maybe.
Transdev, the transportation company.
Yes, Transdev.
A friend of mine is a Transdev every day to go to university, and he went to consult the schedules in their site. But when he clicked the link, he actually had a typo. So in the actual site from Transdev, he followed the link from them, and the SNN were so it's spelled Transdev.
Yeah.
Probably some meter.
Yeah.
And I bought the domain that they were redirecting to, and to this day.
Can we cut the mic?
To this day, if you type transdev.pt, it redirects to their site.
Wow.
Okay, so I did a good thing.
Yeah.
Because I fixed the problem. I don't know if they fixed the wrong link, but
yeah,
I could use that to take part on something malicious. I could take part of their error and redirect from their site to something malicious that would just like Transdev site and don't know X4 personality or something.
Yeah,
that's a special kind of phishing, I guess.
Yeah. This is actually nice. Interesting. Yes. Okay. So who had a question? Yes. Go ahead.
What about hovering links? What if the link you hover is like a bit.ly link, or just a link that when you click it, it instantly redirects somewhere else?
We actually have a problem. Katerina, do you want to say something about shortened links? No, it's of course it's something we need to worry about. But in the case of you already being suspicious, because we should always be suspicious, but in the case you're being suspicious that something is not right on that, just try it on one of these tools. There's even AnyRun, which is some sort of sandbox, a sandbox environment that you could fire on your browser. Just test your links there. Just make sure you stay safe. But yeah, that would be my advice. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else? Yes. Hello.
Hello. Would you say that those scam calls that we sometimes get can be considered phishing? Phishing, I mean.
No. Well, phishing is whenever someone pretends to be yourself. Or I'd say phishing is whenever someone pretends to be yourself and just tries to exploit your identity to get something. Those are, I believe, those are just loopholes that we can close. It's just some sort of whack-a-mole, and they have like big companies that have big call centers to exploit old people. Yeah, just to grab your money. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think something important that we have not mentioned is, okay, our password might be compromised, but we set up two-factor authentication, so there's also some security to that.
Yeah.
I'll give another example. Let's say I have Discord installed in my computer, and I don't type my password each time I log in. It's safe, and there is a cookie and a token, whatever. Yeah. And then a friend of mine comes in and says, I've developed this cool game, try it out. I'm sending you the executable. And okay, cool. And I execute. I trust him because it's my friend. No warning appears. But out of nowhere, I receive a notification. Someone tried to log into blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Because why? Basically, the game is running the code normally, but there is a special kind of codec that checks my Discord folder for the token. It makes sense through a Discord webhook. You grab it, logins. If I don't have two-factor authentication set up, I'm basically compromised, and then I don't even know.
You have no idea. Yeah, and it
I
happens.
want to say that I was phished like this a year back. I was phished.
It happens. It happens to everyone. The two-factor authentication is very important. Me and my team are just trying all the time to get this implemented. Not implemented, but we try to warn people to use it every single time they can, because it's just another layer to mitigation. It's possible to go over some 2FA or MFA authentication, but it's hard. If you take a look at the most recent Conti, you guys know Conti, the ransomware group. Okay, it's a really big Russian ransomware group that hacked Microsoft and actually that was Lapsus Group. But these guys have methods that they bought off the dark web that makes them able to go over MFA. But you have to be protected all the time, and that's one extra layer that will probably, in most cases, help you out not getting attacked.
Yeah. Sometimes the kind of application might be guess. WordPress had a plugin some years ago in which if you want to forward the password, they will send you a one-time token, and you will lose it. So it's some kind of two-factor authentication because you'll have to access your email first and then use that token. But that token was just the timestamp hashed, so you could guess it. Even if you are setting up some kind of two-factor authentication, it's important that it's random and
and it's properly implemented. I just remembered when I was Gregory's over there. When I was working with him, we worked on this team that used the ping ID to use for two-factor authentication for our client. And I remember it had for like a week, it had a specific version that whenever I signed in on my computer, it would pop up on my phone, and I wouldn't even need to unlock it in order to accept it. And I think that's terrible, because someone could have easily gotten my phone and they would just get into my accounts very easily. Yeah. Any questions?
Just one thing.
Hello.
Are you going to share the presentation?
Yes.
And of course, we can press all the links.
Let me just go over them. Okay. Yeah. It seems about right. Yeah. Okay, I guess this is it. I don't see any other questions. Okay, yeah, let's go.
Well, it's not really about phishing, but why does your credentials say liability?
No one checked. And I'm an attendee. I shouldn't be here, okay? Yeah, that was it. Okay, thanks, guys.